Okay then, so FPL Podcast, everybody's here, everyone made it home safe. Most important thing. How are we all feeling?
Good.
And
Pumped. Yeah, pumped indeed.
Confident.
So we're only actually 5 minutes from the deadline, so is everybody actually ready with their teams?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been ready since midday today.
Okay.
What's everyone's latest transfer they done time-wise, Joe? What was yours?
I've been driving the last 6 hours, so my last one was up to about a minute before I drove. It's a pretty obvious one, though.
Yeah. I think there was a few obvious ones today. Right, okay, so I've got some things that we can talk about. Obviously, the deadline's not been done yet, so we've got 5 minutes, so we need to fill a little bit of time, I reckon. So my first question I've got, and we'll go left to right. So George, first one I've got, what's the minimum requirement you want for your team this year? So what do you want for Villa? What do you want is a minimum requirement?
Minimum requirement?
Yeah.
Mate, it's got to be at least improving on what we've already done last season, which we should do. So I would like to say Europe, mate.
Yeah.
In some capacity.
Okay.
It's got to be.
So just to clarify, me, George and Ash are all Villa fans. We've got a Chelsea fan with Joe and a Leeds fan with Paul. So
we're all lately.
Yeah, so same question. Paul, what do you want for your minimum requirement for your team this year?
Just see some fans back in the stadiums.
Okay.
Build on last season. Some good performances. We'll probably take a few drubbings again. Some good wins. Top half would be good.
Yeah.
Again, consolidate.
That's it. Yeah. What about you, Joe?
It's got to be champions.
Yeah. You want the title this year?
Got to be winners this year. Yeah, it's the only way to improve.
Okay, that's a pretty tall minimum requirement from a fan. I'm not going to lie to you, but you know what? That's it. If that's what you want, fair enough. And Ash, what about yourself? What do you want for the Villa?
I before the season started, I kind of viewed it as two parallel universes, one with Jack Grealish and one without.
Okay.
So I think I'd take top half now.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yeah, and if we kept Grealish, I think we'd have gone for Europe mainly because we wanted to try and keep him again, but. Now he's gone, it's time to move on. Hopefully the new signing settling well. I wouldn't be surprised if we got, I think top 6 is a massive ask with the spending power at the top 4.
We can do it though, come on.
I'd be surprised.
Maybe 7. Might be able to sneak 7th and then hope the cup winners work out our way. But I can't see us getting higher than 7th at all. I just can't with the teams above us.
Maybe.
I just think it's too difficult. I think it's too difficult, unless you have a complete injury-free season, which you could do, to be fair. But hey, I think we'll be there or thereabouts.
Yeah, I think go back a few days before all the anxiety of the season starting kicked in. I was like top eight for me. Again, being a Villa fan. But yeah, just top half. I'd like top half. Improve on last year, 11th. The club's got some pretty outlandish tasks that I want to complete. I mean, everybody knows that we want to be pushing Europe and things like that. Yeah, we've lost Jack, but we've spent that money. So for me, just top half. Gus is saying top half is a massive ask. Might be, but you know what? At least if we're giving it a go, that's what we need to do.
He's also a Leeds troll as well.
That's okay. That's fine. There's room for all here. Don't need to worry about it. You know what I mean? Like, I've got a moderator. We can ban people if need be.
Who's a Leeds troll?
Angus.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So my next question is team to watch this season. Who do you think is going to surprise? George, if you want to go first, thinking out there off the top of your head.
I'd just say it's really difficult to say, really. Anything can happen. We know what this game's like, but probably say Brentford, mate. I reckon they might have an absolute stormer out of the blocks, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah.
They do have some really good attacking players coming off the back of an excellent season at the Championship, scoring a bag full of goals. Obviously, these things are different, and it doesn't always translate. But I reckon they're just going to give it a go because they've got nothing to lose. They're not going to be one of the newcomers that are going to be relegated, in my opinion. And I reckon they could probably, top 15 plus. I reckon we'll just see what happens. But that's my pick.
Yeah, nice. What about you, Paul? Who do you reckon's one to watch this year?
I'm going to go Villa.
Okay.
What's going to happen regarding the departure of Grealish? How are they going to adapt? Are they going to be the one-man team that everyone thought they were, or is it now are they going to progress and become a better all-round outfit?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Coaching staff departures, John Terry, the other fella that left last night as well. Are they going to have an effect?
Kelly, yeah.
So yeah, Villa.
Okay, nice. Joe, who do you reckon? One to watch?
I've got a feeling Watford are going to stay up. I think they've obviously got experience in the Premier League, which is going to do them fair. They were a good solid side in the Championship last year. I think they're going to surprise a few people. I think Burnley are done this year as well.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to surprise people for the wrong reasons. Palace as well. I think their time's up.
Yeah. Okay. And Ash, what about you? Surprise team?
Yeah, it instantly comes to mind one to watch on the negative side. I just think Everton are going to drown under Rafa Benitez. I think if you, as Joe said earlier in our group chat, they've gone from signing Allen and James Rodriguez to signing Andros Townsend, and it just how Rafa strangles any creativity out of teams post Champions League win. I just don't see any way but down for them. Not relegation, but down the table, which does open up a spot in the top 8 for the Villa and the Leeds. Is teams to watch. I actually think on a good side, I think that now they've got Lukaku, Chelsea could win the title. To be fair, I think they'll be up there because that's the only thing they were missing last year, wasn't it? Because Werner can't hit a cow's arse with a banjo.
Yeah.
Devo.
The one that I'm sitting at, and I know there's, I haven't kept a close eye on what's going on, but I know there's been like sort of one departure. But I reckon Brighton. I think they had a very unfortunate season last year. They played some pretty nice football. They need a couple of acquisitions, but I feel like Brighton are going to get a bit of a rub of the green this year.
They need their XG.
Yeah.
They completely underperformed their XG and XGA, didn't they?
Yeah, they played well most of the season. They just couldn't get the goals.
Couldn't finish. I made the old silly mistake at the back, but I think they had the third best XGA in the league.
Yep.
Which, considering they finished,
They're missing a front man, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
They're missing a front man, and there's been talk of Odsonne Edouard coming down from Celtic, who could bang in a load if he hits the ground running, but
yeah.
Translation from Scotland, does it work?
Who knows?
We haven't seen a striker for a while come from Scotland to England and perform. We've seen it the other way around. People like Kemar Roof and others who've gone over there and gobbled, but we haven't seen that many come from there and gobble here.
This year as well.
Right, so I've got another couple of questions before team reveal, but it's nice and quick because the deadline has passed. So I hope your captains were right. I hope your teams were locked in, and I hope your subs were right. Because if not, you fucked it. So I've got my two questions were winners and relegation. So G, who do you reckon's winning it this year?
Hate to admit it, Joe, but I probably would say Chelsea this season.
Yeah.
I reckon they just got too much, and I reckon like the integration of Lukaku with that front line that they've got of Werner and Havertz coming in, and Pulisic as well. I reckon it's just gonna be dangerous, man. So yeah, Chelsea winners, losers, or kind of relegated teams.
Yeah.
I would say probably Newcastle again, struggling. And then Palace as well. I reckon the time's up, but we'll see. So that's what I would say.
Boys, who do you reckon's winning it this year?
Man City, I think, again.
Yeah.
Just too much quality. Added Grealish. They might still get Kane as well. And if that goes through, then it's hard to look past them.
Might as well
I
all
think
go
Chelsea-
home then.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Chelsea second. I think that they're good for that. Relegation, I'm going Watford, Norwich, and it's going to be tight. Southampton, yeah. Sold too many of the spine of the team. They've lost Ings, they've lost Vestergaard today. There's talk of James Ward-Prowse going. Brian Bertrand's left. They've lost a lot of experience there.
Yeah.
It might be too
Danny
much.
Ings.
Yeah.
It could be too much.
Joe, what about yourself? Winners, relegation?
As it stands, I think City will win it to go down. Palace, Burnley and Norwich.
Okay.
I think Norwich are just going to go back down the same way it went last time. Great side in the Championship. They're kind of between Premier League and Championship level.
Just a yo-yo.
They're yo-yo and they're kind of between both divisions. I just think they're going to leave themselves too open and go straight back down again. Palace, Burnley. I've given you my reasons there already.
Yeah. And Ash, what about you? Winners and relegation?
Yeah, I think it's a Western straight up Mexican standoff between City and Chelsea. Personally, I think United and Liverpool will be decent, but I think Chelsea might just, as long as Lukaku stays fit, unless he suffers from the old Chelsea striker curse, then I think Chelsea good for it. I think City started really, like last year they were pretty shocking at the beginning, weren't they? And they looked like that in the Community Shield, so we'll see how they start this year. They might start slow and then the train just might get going again. But they still haven't got bought a striker, so it all depends on Harry Kane. If Harry Kane comes, it's curtains.
Yeah.
Relegation, same as Poi. Watford, all day long. I don't know what Joe's on about, thinking they're going to stay up. They're trash. They've got about 10 strikers and FPL forwards as well. I don't know why. Southampton have just told everyone who's decent. I just don't understand what they're doing.
I think it's going to keep them up. It's all about the Ralph factor.
He's not that good. When did they finish last year? 16th?
Yeah, with an awful side.
They had Ings and everyone last year. He's not very good. He just went on one streak. I'm not a fan of Ralph. He cried, and ever since he cried, it's just been terrible.
It's just too emotional. It's just too emotional.
Yeah, you can't cry just for beating champions. We beat the champions 7-2, and you don't see Dino shedding a tear.
I did. I had a cry.
And then, basically, and the last one would be Norwich, who signed Rashica. So we'll see what he's about.
Yeah.
He's not my FPL team, though. But anyway.
He's good player at Bremen.
Yeah. We were interested in him. We chased him for a couple of years, but he's gone to Norwich. We got Leon Bailey, so I'm pretty happy. But yeah, they're my picks.
Yeah, I've got City winning it. I just think they've improved on the team last year. I know Chelsea have, but these guys have been playing together for a while, and
Grealish.
I think they've got something that they need to prove. Losing it to Chelsea in the Champions League, I just think that's going to leave a sour taste in the mouth. So I think City to win it. Watford, yeah. Norwich, yeah. And I'm not too sure about my last pick, to be honest with you. Palace and Burnley, not looking great. If Brighton don't pick up, I hope they do. But yeah, I think you're not too far off there. Palace and Burnley have been circling it for a while, haven't they? So yeah, there's more picks.
Yeah, Palace
will be interesting because last time they tried to go in a different direction and change the culture with Frank de Boer, it went completely tits up, and it was terrible. And they resorted back to the safe hands of Roy Hodgson.
Yeah,
and they've played a certain way, done things in a certain way for so many years now that they're one to watch definitely, because it could be great, but Riviera's record is average as well. So
let's see what happens. So right then, yeah. So I think the game's updating at the moment.
Oh yeah, I did take a screenshot.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, I have this here. Yes, I did.
I had to write mine down on a piece of paper because I can't do two at the same time. I could, but I'd be fucking having the phone in my hand and messing around. So no, there we go.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I fucked it then, and so I haven't took a screenshot.
Oh, host.
It's all right, as long as you guys are sorted.
Do you know it off by heart, though?
Most of it, yeah.
Been looking at it so much over the last 48 to 72 hours.
You're not going to be able to remember who's in your team, are you?
Yeah, I'll be able to remember, I reckon.
What's that?
I know who my first one is anyway, so I'm going to get us started. I'm going to stick my goalie in.
I'm doing the benches, getting the benches out of the way, and then doing the first 11.
Okay, yeah, so G, if you want to let me know who your subs
Reel
are.
off your bench.
We're going to start off with the goalkeeper bench.
Just
Yeah.
reel it all off.
Just
reel off your
read
bench.
all four, mate.
Okay, so Gunn is the goalie.
Yep.
We got a Marty,
Yep.
Abafemi, and Ben White.
Okay.
I think a lot of people are going to have Obafemi.
Yeah.
Nice, strong
Looking to go
bench
to
there.
Bournemouth, though, isn't he? I saw today.
Yeah.
I hope I've spelled it
That might be
right.
a transfer you didn't wish to make that you're going to have to do.
He's there because he's 4.5,
He's
not
bench
because I'm going to
fodder.
play him. So
Bench
yeah.
fodder.
It's a bench that's probably the weakest you'd get, but I don't really care. It's-
Right, okay, so Poi, what's your subs?
Begovic, keeper. Anderson from Palace. Lucas Moura. And Obafemi as well.
So
Lucas Moura, the secret weapon. He's been playing quite
That's
a bit.
7 million. That's the shit.
He's 6 million, isn't he?
He's 6.5. He's been playing quite a bit
Ooh.
for Tottenham, and Nuno seems to really rate him, and he's done well. They beat Chelsea in that friendly.
Team.
So,
I get you thinking though, Poi. He's a good
So
player.
he's going in for the weeks where I need 5 midfielders. He'll come into the team.
okay. Joe, what's your subs?
Sub bench is Virginia, whoever that is. Saints backup
Who's
keeper.
that? Who's that?
Just
Virginia.
Virginia.
The new Nico Clementina.
Vagina?
Outside of the women's league.
Who is it?
Virginia.
Who's he play for? So you need to say the teams on some of these players. Who's he playing
Yeah.
for?
Same.
Southampton.
Southampton. Oh, is he the young right back, Joe?
Oh, he's a goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper.
They've got a good young right back, I think. I don't know who it is.
Yeah, it's from us.
Livramento from Chelsea.
Yeah, they got him from us. So next subs are Simakis from Liverpool. I didn't want to double up my
Yes.
Liverpool bench, which I'll get back to. Mbuemo from Brentford. I think he's
Yeah,
got a
useful.
lot of hope for him. £6 million midfielder.
How much is he? 6?
Yeah, just a good attacking side. I think he's going to actually come back with some decent returns. Are you taking notes, Ash?
I did read a bit about him.
And then Armando Broja. They Saints have just got him on loan from us. Fairly confident he should start most games.
Are you gonna
See?
Can you just spell some of these for me, please, Joe? Because I'm not going to lie, mate.
Striker.
Striker, Broja's a striker, and Mbuemo is a midfielder. Simakis.
How much is the striker? How much is...
Cheap.
4-5? Yeah, cheap as.
He's not a 4.5, is he? I swear.
5.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm fairly confident he'll start. He's looked really good for us in pre-season, and there was talk that he was going to be around the first team squad this year. But obviously Lukaku coming in, they've loaned him out. But I'm confident he should start there fairly often, and so for a cheap option, I think he's worth a punt.
Okay. Is the screen supposed to be updated with the players on them?
Yeah, I'm going to do it once I've done them all.
Okay. Do you want me to do my... Is it me next?
Yes, of course, yeah.
Yeah, I've got Ben Foster.
Okay, yeah.
I have got Veltman from Brighton.
Yeah.
It's my bench. I've got Perica, the striker from Watford. And I'm surprised it's on yours, Joe. Bench fodder Billy Gilmore for 4.5 on the bench as well.
Yeah.
He'll play. I just can't see. He's just a DM.
He won't get any points, but he's a
No.
4.5. As you can see, my bench is cheap as chips. It's
No clean
2, 4.
sheet bonus for him ever.
It's three. It's
That's
3,
cheap
4.
point.
3 4.5s on my bench. As Poyser predicted, I have gone for the Glatzkos in my team. So I've got, my bench is trash.
And who is the
Last year I
one
got
from Watford? Sorry, the striker.
Perica. Perica. I did some research on Twitter on who is the best 4.5 striker option. And you're digging around that.
That's desperate, isn't it?
That
There's
barrel.
about 5 to pick from.
And I literally, I had Obafemi, but then I saw he was linked today on Football Insider.
Joe, are you spelling Simicus and Bueno?
Simicus is
MBUEMO is from Bueno.
A-B.
Yeah, Timicus is... Oh.
There's no A. It's just M. MBUEMO.
Yeah.
M, and then the chocolate bar.
Yeah, sweet. And Simicus?
Yeah, TSIMIKAS.
TSIMIKS. Right, okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to tell you my subs. I've got Foster.
Yeah.
2 for Fosters.
Yeah. I've got 2 guys on the bench from defence. I've got Shaw, Amati, and then I've got Gilmore as well.
Luke Shaw is on the bench.
Shaw's on the bench.
Jesus.
Fucking hell,
Yeah.
mate.
What are you doing?
He's not
Crazy club.
He's not that expensive, and I've got ideas. So let's.
MJ's back.
Yeah,
I think it's only 5.5 million, something like that. So he's
Defender.
Yeah,
mate,
very good
mate,
defender.
you should see it.
It's your
not made
team,
the
brother.
pitch when he's
Your
playing
team.
against Leeds.
It's what?
He's not made the pitch when he's playing Leeds. When's he going to get a game?
I've got had other ideas, so it's a bit late now. Do you know what I mean? Teams are locked in, so we'll see. I think he's on the bench anyway. It could be another one, but I can't remember exactly what I've done.
He's back.
Right, I've got Martinez as my goalie anyway, so let's update this. So you should be able to see it now.
Yeah, that's worked.
Yeah.
Give us a go, mate. It's good.
Okay, so
Kinder Bueno in Joe's team.
and
You put Martinez in goal.
yes, Martinez in goal. Had to.
Fair play.
Why wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean? Fantastic last year. Samir, mate, I'm not sure about anything in my team, mate, so don't fucking worry about it. G, who you got in goal, mate?
Right, so I've got Sanchez from Brighton. Probably going to be quite a common thing, I think. Yeah.
Oh, he's taken a hit there.
Yeah, but he played brilliantly last season, really. Looked great in pre-season as well. That price point, in my opinion, he's the best 4.5 or cheap, budget goalkeeper in the entire league, really. Frees up more money for, where I want the money to be put. So, yeah, I thought worth a punt.
Okay, nice, like it. What about you, Poi?
I'm about to go with Emi Martinez.
Yeah.
Penalty stops in the Copa America to help Argentina win it. He's good for. He's just a great keeper,
mate.
He's
full of confidence. He's had a cracking season. Broke our clean sheet record. Won a medal when he went away on international. Yeah,
he drew the clean sheet record.
I want him to do the whole season for me.
Yeah,
just be a permanent fixture. No headaches. Job done.
Yeah,
I can see Joe desperately shaking his head and almost grimacing behind his hand. I'm not sure what about, but we'll find out. We'll have a laugh at him.
Who's yours, Joe?
I've gone with Sanchez, and I sort of wish I'd gone with Emi now, to be honest with you. But I took him out because I've needed to free up funds and invest in other areas of my squad. I think Brighton have got a semi-decent start. They do keep a lot of clean sheets, so I'm fairly happy with it. But it's not going to be a permanent fixture.
Okay. And Ash, what about yourself?
So mine has changed regularly between 2 players in my tinkering.
We'll be hearing this a lot, boys.
This is it was Emi, then it was Sanchez, then it was Emi, then it was Sanchez.
What did you settle on?
I settled on Sanchez, and Villa's fixtures after the first 3 are fucking terrible, and I just. With our new formations with 2 strikers, we're going to be leakier. We'll score more, but we're going to be leakier, I think. So I don't think he'll repeat the heroics last year, equaling our clean sheet record. And just general. I think it'll be great, but I just don't see the number of clean sheets before. And he's 5.5 million, guys. You know, that million
That's what I'm
can go
saying.
elsewhere.
It's a
It can
lot
go
of money,
elsewhere.
though, isn't it?
5.5 is a lot for a keeper these days.
So far, from what I can hear from what we've done in the past, I don't know, 20 minutes, Paul's a bigger Villa fan than Ash is at the moment, so we'll see how that
I'm starting to think that as well, mate.
right, okay, so I've gone for a 3-4-3. So I'll reel off who I've actually got in defence, and you take the piss if you want, whatever. So I've got
Go on then.
Cresswell,
Yeah.
Ben White,
Yeah. What formation,
3-4-3, mate.
Sorry.
And I've gone with James as well,
So Reece James, Cresswell.
and White.
Nice. That's decent.
Interesting.
Nice.
I thought I wanted to, Arsenal have got Brentford. You know what I mean? I think he's going to come on, Ben. He's going to have a good season. I really do. I think Arsenal are going to have a good season as well, to be honest. And the reason I left out Luke Shaw is because you never fucking know what Leeds and Man U are going to do. You don't know what team's going to turn up. You don't know.
0-0.
Yeah, it could be 0-0. You know, it's a pretty big game.
5-5.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen in that game? And I didn't want to risk it. I thought I'd get four midfielders, 3 attackers in. So, especially when some information came through. But yeah, that's my back three.
Information.
Nice.
You'll find out. I'll tell you what it is later on. We'll reveal more soon. Right, KG, what's going on?
All right, so I've gone I've messed around with formations a lot. That's the one thing that's really been difficult that I've found to try and get the most out of what would be good and what would be most efficient. So I've gone for a 3 at the back, 5 in midfield, and 2 strikers.
Okay.
So my defence is first is Luke Shaw.
Yep.
Then is the main man Timicus from Liverpool.
He's done it.
I have. Yeah, I've done it. Yeah. And then Trent as well. Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Okay.
So yeah, Timicus, because I'm sure there'll be a lot of people do this. But yeah, obviously when Robertson got injured, and he will be out for a while, at least for probably 3-4 weeks. He's that is definitely a temporary fixture in my defence, but it's the cheapest way to come, to get some, potential points out of that Liverpool defence that have got some great fixtures coming up. So I thought worth the punt and see, and the kid's actually done really well as well. He's got an assist the other week in pre-season. I can't remember which fixture it was, mind you, but played well. So I thought, why not give it a go? If not, Ben White can come in, and he's also a very good option for Arsenal. So that's at least something that I could look to. So yeah, that's my defence.
Yeah. Boy, what are you doing, mate?
I've got Mike Bassett 4-4-2.
Okay. Steady.
And the defence is Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah.
Hopefully with Van Dijk back, he can get back to the form that he showed before.
Yeah.
Get down that side, get them crosses in, get some assists. Ruben Diaz, I never waver. He's always in my team.
Yeah.
Tony Rudiger, he's going to play all the time.
Yeah.
And Luke Shaw.
Okay.
So they're all neatly in their correct positions as well. So it just looks nice.
I wish you could change that.
Perfectionist, eh? Yeah.
You can change it. You just substitute them, don't you? You just substitute from
Yeah,
on
you
the
got to
pitch.
move around
Takes
a bit.
ages though.
It looks better though, doesn't it?
Yeah, nice 4 at the back.
Top 4 defence, that is.
So that is a expensive defence, Rich. That is
Premium, yeah.
premium defence, but
Yeah.
What is it? 6
you're
points for a
guaranteed
clean sheet?
You're guaranteed clean sheets, and they're all your 5, including your keeper, all 5 are from different teams, which is quite good.
Yeah.
And the only thing is, you sometimes want to ride the double ups with defenders if they've got easy fixtures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they should all play as well. They should all start.
Oh, they
barring
will.
injury.
Yeah,
week.
I think
Diaz
he might.
maybe might get, might move out, but
What's
he's
Diaz doing?
When
in
the
the
Champions
team?
League starts, it might become an issue.
yeah,
Up
I
till
was thinking
then,
that.
I'm solid.
yeah,
Happy.
yeah. It's good choices.
I've got
Okay.
a couple of people in the chat. Someone said, thank God Arsenal are so defensively sound then. Probably Probably reliance
So
on my
true.
comment. But I seen
Yeah.
some that their actual defensive stats weren't actually that bad. They didn't have a great season, but
They just didn't score enough goals, man.
apparently it weren't too bad. Scope's having a bit of a laugh. Says, "Gee, sound like you're in court." And
I am in court.
and he says he likes Poy's defence. I don't know why he's sucking up to you, Poy, but you know, there you go.
Thank you.
You got a fan in the chat.
Yes, go. Yeah.
Right, Joe. What's your defence then, mate? What's your formation and defence?
Like Toy, I've gone for the 4-4-2.
Okay.
I'm a big fan. Unlike you, MJ, I've gone with Shaw at the back. I'm pretty sure if he can carry on like he was last year, he's going to be in there.
Yeah.
He's obviously a regular for United. Something I'm a bit unsure about is Veltman. I've got him in there, so I've got the Brighton double up this week. Which
Me, mate. A little crush you've got.
Yeah, I'm kind of regretful of that. I did have Ben White.
I did that as well. I swapped for
Yeah.
Veltman literally at lunchtime today. I swapped Ben White for Veltman.
Had a very good kind of final third of the season last year, which I'm hoping he'll carry on from.
More goal threat.
Yeah, I've gone Trent for obvious reasons. They've got Norwich, and I'm going to give him 3 or 4 games to see if he can get back to the form that he had the year before last.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
the mainstay in my defence of all last year, Kufal.
Yeah.
He's joined. He's split set piece taker at West Ham. So
Yeah.
Had a good season, scored good points.
that's it. And they're not going to concede much. I don't think West Ham are going to do as well as they did last year. But defensively, they're a pretty solid side. So I'm relatively happy with that back line for the first weeks. I'm a bit jealous that Poy's got Rudiger in there because I think he's going to be a good asset this year.
He's good last year for me. Well.
Yeah, I think you're safe with clean sheets.
You're good from set pieces. You've got a lot of height and a lot of power.
Yeah. So I think I will be looking at Rudiger in the coming weeks. The problem is Chelsea's run of fixtures at the start are just brutal. So after the first, kind of it gets to October, it starts to relax a bit. But the first 6-7 games are
A little
grim.
tough, yeah.
Yeah, Corfal's a good shout, man. I had him in. I kind of looking at that now. I kind of regret it a little bit.
Yeah, I would have liked Cresswell because he's the other one that takes.
He's a points machine last year.
Yeah.
His delivery on set pieces is wicked.
Crosses as well, deep crosses. Yeah.
Kufal gets enough assists though, Joe, for 0.5
quick,
years.
That's what I mean. It saves 0.5 in the bank. So
Well, they both had a great season last season, didn't they? Really?
Cresswell was a second. Was he the highest fullback point scorer? I think Cresswell.
Maybe.
He was.
Yeah.
What's his price point? Is he 5.5?
5, Kufal's 5, yeah.
Right. Okay. And Ash, then, what's your formation and defence?
Yeah, formation is 4-4-2. Seems to be popular this year.
Hey.
Yeah, and then unlike MJ, but like the rest of you, I've put Luke Shaw at left back, and I think that's going to be the one that's going to haunt MJ this first game week. So I've gone Luke Shaw left back. It's Trent right back.
Yeah.
Tabiscas, the 4 million enabler,
Oh, hey.
and Marty as well, 4 million.
Oh.
And then I've got Veltman on the bench now, haven't I? So if
Yeah.
Marty doesn't play, Veltman comes in. But my only concern is later down the line, I've got 2 4 million defenders, which is
Same here, brother.
so.
When you need to get Lukaku in, that's not going to be easy.
No.
Well, Trent, it has to be Trent. It has to be Trent that goes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
some
tough, man.
If it's last season Trent, then he's not going to be a.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Right. Okay. So the app is working. I don't know if anybody's checked. And I've checked my team,
No.
so you can all suck it because I made a mistake and Cresswell's on the bench and Shaw's in my team, so I updated it. And
You feel better about that
he's
now.
on
Don't look at everyone's team yet, though.
Mate, it's classic
Don't look-
MJ
don't look
making
at the
mistakes,
teams,
man. No, I haven't. I've just gone onto my team because I couldn't remember it all.
Oh, you
so-
can't look on the teams till the first game, can you?
I don't know. Okay, then. So, there's obviously at least one player that we all liked over the summer, and that's Luke Shaw. He's got in everybody's team.
Yeah.
He had a fantastic Euros. He's a fantastic player, and he's coming into the form that he should have done before, obviously, his injury. Couple of
He's
years.
going to play every game as well, isn't he?
Yeah, of course he
Play
is, mate.
every game. Yeah.
Assists, popping with a couple of goals. That defense been
Corners
playing
as well,
together
set
for a little
pieces.
bit. Yeah, absolutely. Couple of you got Samikas, couple of us have got White. Me and Jim, I missed out on the Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Did you think about it?
No, it's too expensive for me, to be honest.
Fair enough.
He is expensive.
He's so
When
expensive
he
for a
hauls
defender.
though, it's haul-ish.
Yes,
So
true.
It's just if he doesn't, then you have like a 7 mil hole in your defence that you could fill otherwise with something cheaper.
And if you can get him in,
you
can get him in, you have to get rid of him. Well, you've got loads of money, so it's kind
very
of
true. Yeah, absolutely, mate.
I've got here Samir saying 3 Villa fans and no target. Nope, I ain't got targeting.
Well, all the Villa defenders are 5 million, which is a bit harsh in my opinion. And I just think we've got 3 nice fixtures, but then it is 5 absolute swimming in the shark tank matchups. So I just don't think it's worth it until if we think our defence is as good as last year, then maybe I'll get some Villa in later down the line. It most probably would be target. He takes the odd set piece.
I must admit, I don't have space for target. Do you know what I mean? I do have 3 Villa
You've got
players.
Emmy.
Yeah,
I've
got 3 Villa players. So, Scope says the same thing. He won't get many assets this season. Many assists this season. Sorry, he might do. Who knows?
That.
Yeah, you
need that.
Clean sheets are one thing, but you want haulers. So, right. So let's move on. Do you want me to do my midfield?
Yep.
Okay, then. So, I'm going to leave my surprise for the end. I've got 4 in the middle. My captain.
Captain reveal at the end.
No, just do it when you say him.
Okay, yeah. So I thought he was great last year. I thought he was getting better. I've always liked him as a player. I've got Havertz. Havertz is my captain.
Ooh. Oh, big goal against Palace.
I see Havertz having a fucking mint season, to be honest with you. I think he's a good player, and he's going to be one of those with Mason Mount and Lukaku that are really going to shine in that Chelsea team this year.
Against Palace, isn't it?
Yeah. I think he's going to be
differential.
Yeah, that's
differential.
That's what I've gone. I've got. I'm not a fan. I'm not going to lie. I hate doing this, but I've got Salah as well.
Yeah.
He never does well for you, does he?
No, so that's why I've put him in. So nobody else can haul off him. It's better to have him in there than not have him in at all. I've had Emi Buendia. He has been in my team and was in my team before I knew he wasn't injured. He was on my bench. You know what I mean? So I was going to be playing a 4-3-3 because Buendia was injured, but he's cheap. He's got a lot to prove. I think he's going to thrive at the Villa. So yeah, I've got Buendia in.
Thrive at the Villa.
That's right. And then my last one, and now this is my wild card. My wild card. I've got Joe Willock, Newcastle.
Yeah, I like it.
He's gone there on a permanent now. He's no longer a loanee. I've had a couple of other players in there. At some point I had Saka. I thought Saka's good. Saka's going to need a big season this year, but I thought Joe Willock is going to go and really try and push on at Newcastle now. I really do think that. So that's who I've got in my team. That's my midfield, and I'm going to put...
No Bruno.
No, not yet.
We're not all Bruno cooks, mate.
I've got Havertz and Salah in there. I've got 2 out of, I've got some pretty big names.
So you've only got one super. So as it stands, you've got one premium in the midfield in Salah and one upper mid tier with Havertz at 8.5.
Yeah.
I consider Havertz. Yeah, that's a good shout.
Okay.
You didn't fancy going for the, the Salah captaincy then?
No, mate, no. I just
going for a difference from the start. Try and get a lead.
Yeah, it's early on. There's 37 game weeks left after this one. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm used to being at the back of the pack, taking on some big changes.
It's a bold move. I like it. To be fair,
mate,
I wish I was that adventurous, really. But
So shall I just write Salah captain in now for you?
Yeah. Yeah, just do that. Yeah.
Okay. So you've got so a 3.
Yeah, I've got 5 in here, so
Five,
yeah, I'm going to take a
5.
deep breath. I know. Yeah, right. So get the obvious ones out of the way first. So I've got Salah as captain. Just got to do it against Norwich. I reckon they'll get absolutely pumped. We'll see. Bruno Fernandes as well. Yeah, sorry, Bruno Cuck, but I've got to do it, mate. He's just fire. And then Son.
Yeah.
You know,
Hot leaf.
I wasn't too sure on this one just because they're playing City, but after week 3, they've just got amazing fixtures. So I've got a bit of a plan there to, just try and bite my tongue really, and hopefully he'll get at least an assist or 2, or we'll see over the next 3 game weeks, and then I'll be happy with that. But we'll see. Then I've got Rafinha. Yeah, this guy I reckon will press on. From last season. I think he was injured a little bit last season. Poy will probably tell me otherwise, but I think he's going to do better this season. Everything will go through him, and he's on set pieces as well. And Leeds love to attack, so I can see him doing really well. And then the last one is a bit of a gamble. I'm not too sure he's going to play every game, but I just thought I'd give it a punt. I don't know. Probably don't know what I was thinking, but I've gone for Ben Rama. 6 million, just someone just to see, because
great season.
Yeah, exactly, mate. I mean, I was looking at it and I was thinking, well, the guy's really pressed on from, he's given it a good run. So we'll just see how he goes. Hopefully he'll start. If not, he'll come off the bench. But without having, obviously, like they lost.
Lingard,
yeah.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, they lost Lingard, who was keeping Ben Rama on the bench last season.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
hopefully he'll get more game time. So that was my thinking on that one. So yeah. So that's my midfield.
Okay. Just before we go on to you, Poy, I've got Samir in the chat saying not captaining Salah if he's in your squad when they're playing Norwich is pure rookie behaviour. Now, I'm not going to lie. If Samir's got a profile picture, surely that's Casper, because he did fuck all last year in the FPL, didn't he? So let's.
His ghost.
Was he ranked bottom?
Yeah, he finished. I think Poy overtook him, and Poy didn't start till March. Samir.
That was his experience.
He started in March, and yeah. All right. Anyway, move on. Poy, what you got?
Just put him in, mate, as captain.
Oh, Salah.
Yeah, Mo Salah, captain.
Yep.
Have to be done. He started on fire last season on the first game against us, and he'll probably just come out the blocks again and just, like G said, they'll score a few past Norwich.
Well,
be a big reality check. The source master himself, Rafinha, he's not been left out. He's just class. So he's in. Harvey Barnes back from injury.
Yeah.
That's the team that I really rate. They've improved, bought some new good players. He's got to be in there. And my City representative is Riyad Mahrez.
Oh,
okay.
nice.
Who I think will start on the right hand side.
Lock that right side down. Yeah, less competition for that position, isn't there, at City at the moment?
Yeah,
well,
Torres will play occasionally. Torres will play
Yeah.
occasionally, but Mahrez, yeah.
How much was Mahrez, if you don't mind me asking?
He's 9.
Nine. If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah. Just politeness for the
No
podcast,
shopping,
you know what I mean? Like,
it's not a trade secret, mate.
I'm just being polite to my guests and rude to my chat. That's what you got to do. Do you know what I mean?
No problem. Yeah, 9 mil, bud. 9 mil.
Okay, excellent. Right, Joe, what you got then? You both 4-4-2s, ain't you?
Yeah, I've just got to go back to Poy and even G with Rafinha and just think that's like he's a good player, but his returns are just not great. So
the first 3 games are so hard for Leeds as well.
He's just I mean,
Everton at home.
Him being good's a myth, mate. Like he just doesn't like. He's a good player, but in terms of an FPL asset, it's a myth.
5.5 million. This is
6.5. He's 6.5.
6.5. He is.
6.5.
I think he does. Joe.
We'll
he does get goals and assists.
Right. Anyway, if you're looking past Salah as captain this week, then you've had an absolute mare. Just fact. He scored He scored a hat-trick against West Ham, didn't he? When was it? 2 years ago on the opening day. You can see the same thing happening here.
Against Leeds as well last year.
Yeah.
And Norwich as well. One of the seasons he scored 2 goals or something like that in the game.
I just don't
Opening
like
day,
him.
Opening day Salah is just.
I can't
Yeah.
stand him. Right, yeah, okay. So you got Salah captain, yeah?
I did have Son, but I've gone Fernandes in there, and that's what caused me the last-minute switch around. I just think that opening United fixtures, and when Sancho starts playing their penalties, man, they get a penalty every 3 games at the moment. So
New VAR rules.
Yeah, that could change it, couldn't it?
I just think you can't look past him as an asset. With those opening fixtures as well, I'm fairly confident I'll get some returns. Spurs are just all over the shop. City hard game. Are they unsettled with Kane? So with Fernandes, my guy Kai has to go in there. Just like UG, I think, or was it MJ? Sorry, I think he's going to have a good season. He came close to scoring in the Super Cup. I think he's going to have goals in him, and against Palace as well. I think it's twice against Palace.
That young defence at Palace.
Yeah. Lukaku won't be fit, won't be playing either, so he'll probably play in the false 9 role. So he's got goals in him this year, and I think he's really going to kick on. So I'm trying to kind of ignore the dodgy run of fixtures to start with. And then another FPL favourite of mine, Harvey Barnes. The guy's an asset, man. The amount of shots he has is like his returns are inevitable. And he was coming into a great run of form before he got injured last year. So I'm hoping he'll pick up where he left off. I think he's done all right in pre-season as well. So he was another no-brainer.
In the Charity Shield.
He's good in that. Bertrand, linking up with Bertrand.
He's a no-brainer for me. Just the most direct player in the Premier League. He just gets the ball and just one thing on his mind. So that's my midfield. I feel there's goals in there. So I'm relatively confident.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Ash, you want to be the last one to just pile on about Salah, no captain?
Yeah, Salah is obviously my captain. As everything's already been said. Hat tricks on opening days of seasons. Starting really good. Norwich just haven't particularly strengthened the defence. I just don't. I only see it going one way, which is Norwich winning. I mean, not Norwich winning. Sorry, Norwich getting destroyed. Then I've got Bruno.
Of course.
In terms of FPL, I'm president of the Bruno fan club. When it comes to FPL, the guy is just a fucking monster. He's got the most points. Like average points per game, he's got the highest. He's just a monster. He's just incredible. So yeah, he's in there. Then after watching the Community Shield and that, I thought Harvey Barnes. So I've got Harvey Barnes in there as well. So it's Bruno, Salah, Barnes, and the last one is the guy who I got in today by shaving some money elsewhere. Is Son. I just think if you don't have that guy, I think he's the best finisher in the Premier League, most probably. I'd say him or Kane, like literally if Son's through on goal, you're backing him to score. He completely overperforms his XG, which shows he scores goals from anywhere. He's just incredible. And yeah, if Kane leaves, it could go 2 ways, yeah? Son will just be the main man and be class, or he won't score as many, he serves to drive a bit, which could happen as well. But if I have to sell him, he's 10 million, so I'll get rid of him, put someone cheapish in, and maybe bring in Lukaku or someone. So
yeah,
with it as well, he can play up top. They've been playing him up top in pre-season.
So he'll be out of position. He'd be OOP as well.
Yeah.
So it's just like he's just such a great player. And whenever I didn't own him last year, it really hurt me mentally. He's just one of those players, I've had him in previous years and he's got me loads of points. And then when you don't own him, because I came for a while, I had both. But then I got, when you held on to them for far too long, MJ, the Spurs players.
Yeah. It was dark times.
My cousin Rich did the same as well. He just held on to Son and Kane for far too long. And I'll know when to get rid. He's got City first game, but then after that, it's pretty easy. From game week 3 onwards, it's dinner. As long as they start reasonably well under Nuno, I think it'll be good.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm worried about this Tottenham team because change of manager, Kane uncertainty. I'm just not entirely sure. I'm not 100% sold yet. Great players, don't get me wrong. I think Son's a very good player. Hauled a lot. Did have some quiet times, but who knows what's going to happen? Do you know what I mean? Who really knows?
I'm just looking at that. Gee, mine and your teams are so similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are actually.
I think
They've both been listening to the same podcasts.
That's it, yeah.
I was looking at Barnes, man. I had him in at one point when I was playing.
I looked at Ben Rama as well. I've had him in so many of my drafts, but he went out for Son, and then I just tinkered loads to save money.
Yeah, it was a real tight fit, as you can see. It's such a balance in that with those lot, and there are there's only probably about two players or maybe three that I think are going to stay for a good while. Salah, Bruno, and Rafinha. Apart from that, I think I'm going to have to change and move around a little bit because, like Joe, I'm keeping my eye on Sancho. With Son, with his fixtures when they drop off,
You can go to Sancho.
Yeah, well, obviously keeping an eye on how the lad does, but I reckon he'll be fire, man. Like he's got all the he's got all the tools to do it. Or of course there's Mahrez as well, but he's not guaranteed all the starts, is he? Especially when like Foden comes back from injury, and another, kind of whatever else happens in that team, it's hard to predict. So at least I know Son's going to play every game. That's kind of my thinking, really. Ben Ryan is a bit of a punt. That's someone that I could easily get out for, like maybe someone that might have a bit more regular game time, like trying to think of his name now. The other guy that plays for West Ham scored a load of goals. I think it's Bowen or something like that. I think.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
Strikers.
Yeah. So I'll do mine first. I don't think Kane's playing. I don't know if it's been out. I haven't seen nothing, but I don't think he plays. So I've left him out. I think I've got a pretty obvious one. Not what you all think, but I think I've got a pretty obvious one. And then I've got another cheeky little maybe wild card, depending on what you say. So I've got Jamie Vardy.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
You love Vardy.
I like it,
you?
Mate.
Vardy party.
Mate, he's just there all the time. Do you know what I mean? Yes, he'll go through.
Now.
Yeah, he is, mate. But you know what?
Going to be on rotation, man.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to outplay that much. Well, I just think he dipped to the end of last year bad.
He did. You're right. He did. But
that's an emotional attachment.
He's had a summer off, and Jamie Vardy's going to come. He's going to start strong.
You love Vardy. You enjoy owning him. That's what matters as well. You do like owning him.
Yeah, mate. His numbers speak for himself. Do you know what I mean? He's a good striker. He's a good striker. And he's an easy swap out. He's a lot of money. Easy swap out. I've got Danny Ings.
Not Watkins. Did you have Watkins before?
No, because Watkins had a bit of a knock.
Before he had the knock, did you have him in?
No.
Ooh.
Like I haven't done my team that long ago, to be honest with you. So I stuck Danny Ings in when I heard Watkins had a knock, otherwise he'd be in. But yeah, I think Ings is gonna. Well, you know what he does. He did it last season. He's gonna do it this season as well at the Villa.
Yeah.
And then for my final one, I've gone for Firmino.
That's the most overpriced asset in history of fantasy football.
Yeah, so he's got Norwich, hasn't he? So
True.
And he's overpriced, but I didn't see many other options really. I don't think Kane's going to play. He'll come straight out for Lukaku when he's ready. And
how much have you got in the bank, MJ?
I don't know. I haven't got like 5 million like last year. I think I'm pretty low, to be honest.
5 million.
Remember when you had like 8 million in the bank?
I'm on 0-0, so I think I wanted. I spent it all. Got Firmino in Norwich. He might not do loads, but like I says, I'm waiting for that. Like
he's quite expensive, so you can.
Me,
MJ.
So I'm just waiting for Lukaku, basically. I think like many others are.
Firmino and Vardy, I did not see that, but I like Ings and I like Vardy a bit, but I just think he's a bit over the hill.
It's a lot of money up front. Do you know what I mean? Like those two players are a lot of my money. So when the inevitable hits come, at least I've got some cash to play with, and I. 2 players transfer, 1 hit for the transfers, and I've got quite a lot of cash to work with. So
Okay.
happy with that. Right, G, who you got up front? 2 players.
Right, 2 players I've got is first one, Ivan Toney for Brighton.
Yep.
I reckon it's worth a pop for 6.5.
Brentford.
Oh, Tony, sorry.
Yeah.
We couldn't hear it, broke up for me. Tony, yeah.
Really? Yeah, so Ivan Toney, give him a go. Yeah, he's 6.5, he's cheap as chips. If he doesn't perform, then I can always put someone like Bendia in midfield or move it around. So he's an easy swap if he doesn't really perform. But I reckon he will, man. I reckon he will return.
What is it?
We'll see.
31 goals last year in the Championship, something like that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, mad.
A lot of tap-ins from shit defending, I thought, from the video compilation I watched.
Yeah, but you got to be there to tap them in, ain't you?
Yeah. But I just don't see him getting the chances. I did have him in the draft, but we'll see.
Our main man Danny Ings is the second. I mean, what is there else to say about the guy? He's gonna bang in for us, especially with the other players that we've got in around him that are going to create the chances for him. All he's got to do is get on the end of it.
Yeah.
Now I don't know about this, but he is in line for penalties. If I'm not mistaken, is that correct? What do you think?
If El Ghazi isn't playing,
if El Ghazi.
If El Ghazi's on, he took the penalty in the pre-season. He's done nothing to lose that spot. So I think if El Ghazi's on the pitch, he'll be taking them. He hasn't missed one yet, has he? So why would you take him off it? But he ain't a guaranteed starter this year, El Ghazi. So I think Ings will be on them when AEG is off, would be my prediction.
That was my thinking. Out of him, I was really tempted with Antonio. Antonio was on, in my team for ages, man. And I managed to out of basically taking out a 4.5 out of the defence and putting in a Marty. That gave me another 5, the $500,000 to get an Ings. So I just sort of got it, especially with our first couple of.
Who was it? Was it Watkins before? Was it?
Yeah, it was Watkins. Yeah, I was floating around Watkins and Antonio to start off with.
Yeah. Did you always have Tony in there?
No. I was initially that I had Bendia, and then up front I had DCL in actually instead of Ings.
Yeah.
At one point, and then I've mucked around with it a lot, mate.
Yeah. Haven't we all?
I didn't even think about DCL.
Really?
Nah. Pissed me off last season.
I enjoy owning DCL, although, don't get me wrong, he's one of those frustrating players when he blanks as well. It didn't really bother me as much as it bothered Gio and MJ. It really bothered you two, DCL.
Mate, me and Joe just didn't have a great time with DCL last year.
Well, Joe did when he told me he wasn't going to put him in, so I didn't, and then he got a hat-trick, and then he just texted me all day about it was dark.
Low blow that is.
That was the lowest point of my season last year, the DCL hat-trick.
I think the whole Bruno was mine. But anyway, let's move on. Let's get Poy's team because he's only got 35 minutes till he's got to go. So, Poy, who are you strikers?
It was Dominic Calvert-Lewin until earlier, and he's been sacrificed now, and Danny Ings has come in.
Oh!
Poy's such a Villa fan this year, mate. I like it.
You saw the light.
I think he's going to go out at some point when he's not fit. But when he is fit, he's got Buendia, a few of the good players around him feeding him. If he can get him behind with his pace, decent player, good finisher. And my other striker is Mikel Antonio.
No Bamford.
Solid.
No, Patrick's going to sit this one out for a week or so.
Is he in your plans?
Just see what happens. Huh?
Yeah. Is he in your plans?
Just see what happens.
Game week 4 onwards, he's coming in surely for Ings when that's the swap, isn't it? Ings to Bamford when our fixtures go to shit and when yours get good.
I hadn't thought that much ahead of it, but it sounds reasonable. So
it was about
you say.
It was about 20 minutes before this went live, and I thought, shit, what are next week's fixtures? So yeah, my team's just complete spur of
Straight
the
mate, I
moment.
don't think too far ahead. I
Nah.
don't think too far ahead. I'll
Sometimes you
That's why you're
choose,
point.
choose players that I like and see how it goes.
yeah, it's too early. Right, Joe, are you two strikers?
Pretty boring, man. I've gone with Ings. I just think he's a safe bet. To start off with Villa's run of fixtures, he's pretty nailed on to get at least 10 goals through the season. And if he's gonna, I think 10 as a minimum. 10 as a minimum.
He's getting more than that, surely.
Yeah. With Villa's run, I'm fairly confident he'll start off pretty well, especially if Watkins isn't actually play then.
Fit.
Yeah, they're going to be relying on Ings to score. And the next one was a bit of I've kind of gone in just because of pressure as everyone else and put Ivan Toney in there. I don't think he's going to be as good as everyone is expecting him to. He's scored a lot in the Championship and League One, but like Ash says, there are a lot of tap-ins and
Lots of penalties.
Thomas Frank claiming he's the best penalty taker he's ever seen. Obviously, hasn't watched Jorginho.
He chats some shit, doesn't he, Thomas Frank?
I put him in, but I'm fairly confident within a month he's going to be out my team. I just didn't want to.
They've got decent fixtures. They'll get as good. The fixtures they've got at the beginning of the season are as good as it gets from Brentford.
Yeah, I can see him scoring.
I agree.
Let's see. I just didn't want to miss out on that one. It's a cheap option. It meant I could lump everything in the midfield, which I think is where the goals are at in week 1, week 2. So
yes,
Yeah.
Coming from some veterans, both in age and FPL, so that's fine. Right, okay, so Ash, who are your two strikers, buddy?
it's. I think I'm the same as Poyser, Danny Ings, and Mikel Antonio. I had Tony. I had my dilemma today was I didn't have Son, and I had Ben Rama, and I had Ivan Toney instead of the 4.5 Jobber Perica. But then I decided to bring in a Jobber and get Son in and get Tony out. I just don't think he might have a little purple patch like Pookie did, but with Tony, like there's no good strikers for 7. So with Tony, 6.5 is a bit of a shit price point because you've literally got Pookie below you, and that's it really. Or you have to jump $1 million to Watkins or Antonio. Only problem with Antonio is, I do not think his hamstrings are going to cope with the Europa League. So it's about he's got to go at some point.
Get him while he's hot.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I refused to own him last year, and it really did cost me. Bamford might come in at some point for Ings or Antonio. I promised myself I'm going to take I'm going to take less hits this year because whenever I took hits last year, I took Watkins out before the Liverpool game for hits, and I'm just not going to do it this year. Joe did it last year, he cut down the hits, and I really think hits are the devil in FPL. So I promised myself this year it's just less hits.
Off the top of my head, I was looking at him earlier as well. Because playing between Ben Rama, I was like, I don't know, Joe Willock could be a tasty option.
Ben Rama's had a fantastic pre-season.
If Willock starts anywhere near like he ended last season, he's going to be in everyone's team before you can fucking even clock it.
Yeah, I just ignore
6 mil. 8 goals. 8
goals, 8
in
games.
14 games or something.
So 8 in a row, wasn't it?
8 goals,
Yeah.
7 scored in 7 consecutive games.
Yeah, well, I've got a point for you then. Going off from everyone, from maybe something that we've missed. Who knows? I might be totally wrong, but one of the guys that I absolutely loved from last season, whenever he was fit, he always scored goals, and that's Callum Wilson. That could be something that we might have slept on.
Yeah, well, that's why Antonio, you can go to Callum Wilson because 7.5, but Tony, you can't unless you've got money in the bank.
No, same price point, isn't it? He's 7.5 as well.
Yeah, but Tony's 6.5, so you can't go.
Oh, sorry. Yes, yeah, I misheard you. So I just think maybe that might have been a mistake that I've maybe made
on penalties. Yeah,
exactly. On penalties, he's great. Great goal scorer as well. But
hamstring twins, those two, just rotate them.
Oh, those two,
strings.
Yeah, they're just.
Wilson, you wouldn't want to have them as your 2 strikers, Wilson and Antonio.
No, very true. Very
but
true.
He's definitely an option that who I'd go from Antonio, because Wilson, he's got a couple of braces in him, hasn't he?
He really does. Last season, he did. He did me. Definitely did me proud for a couple of games. But definitely a transfer waiting to happen. That's the thing, isn't it?
Joe gone.
He's just muted, but he's disappeared off here. So
hold on. I will have to in a minute. I've got to sort Marlowe out for bed.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
who's going to win then? Who's going to win out of us?
Me, of course.
To be honest, I can't see really much different result to last year. I think Joe's been doing it for too long. He's
you think Joe will be top?
He's the oldest. He's the wisest, and
Joe,
I just don't think
he was an anomaly.
I mean, look at him now. Like, he's just chilled out. It's like, I've got to go do dad duties. Ash, you're going to have a wild year, mate. Unfortunately, you've got other things that you're going to be able to concentrate on. Poi, second season. We'll see what happens. My
second season syndrome.
Yeah, it could go one of two ways. And G, I think you're going to end up starting well, having good teams, but your meltdown will turn up at some point, mate, and I can't wait to see it, just like mine.
I think if G can keep his cool this year, not get carried away, like the nosebleed he had at the end in that season last year.
He was chasing Conor, man, weren't he?
Terrible, mate.
It was above when he had the mistake.
No.
He just completely lost his bottle, fell apart, and made some really rash decisions.
Yeah,
he was trying to change his sprint up, and Joe just come running past him nice and easy with a nice steady sweat, and there's G just absolutely melting.
That was painful to see me just trying to cling on to his ankles as he's strolling past me. Like, don't leave.
Oh, it wasn't painful, mate. It was fucking spectacularly fun for us to watch.
You guys enjoyed it, but I certainly didn't.
The hit, the 28-point hit, I was just in Joe's DMs like, we need to encourage this.
I know you guys absolutely loved it, didn't you? And
then, it was brilliant.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. But we'll see. We all make mistakes. It's one of these things you have to try and learn from, don't you? But I admit I did fuck it, didn't I? But we'll see.
So are we going to do a progress report in a month or something?
I think we should at least do it monthly. I'm definitely up for monthly. It's been a good laugh, like on a Sunday night or something,
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
International break.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, very fair.
Yeah, I'll be up for that.
Well, I had a great time. Thanks for all coming. I hope you enjoyed it as well.
It's been good.
Teams are looking good. It's a few different bits and bobs. People have gone different routes, so we'll see what happens after last week. But after this week,
out of interest, did anybody actually stay and watch the whole of that?
We've had 10 viewers. We
still 10 now.
Yeah, we topped out at 12. So people probably come and.
Is that your most popular stream ever? Yeah.
Yes, mate. Yeah, it was. I think I've had 9 viewers before, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cool.
Are you
switching to Warzone now?
Yeah, I will do. I've got to go and sort dinner out and have a fag, to be honest with you, and grab a drink.
How badly are you clucking for nicotine right now?
Mate, to be honest with you, I'm not really interested in what you guys have got to say now. I'm just trying to end the stream, but yeah.
Clucking for a fag.
Yeah, have a good one. See you later, boys. Have a good one.
Boys. See you later.
Bye all.
Bye.
Right then. Yes, so there's the teams. You can see. That's a bit of a weird screen to have on there. Just give me a second. Not that one. Not that one. There we go. There's everybody's teams. Zone. I'll go have dinner. I ain't had no dinner yet. 7:30. I'm wasting away. I'm too thin. But yeah, we'll switch it to Warzone. I've got it updated on the PC, so I need to go and get some bits and bobs. I don't know whether I can be asked to sit up here. It's a bit warm. My back's been tattooed, so. But yeah, it was fun, man. I enjoyed that a lot. I think it's this one. Yes, exactly. Always clucking. So I'm going to stop it so it keeps it as that was just the whole FPL podcast. that'll be done. Be uploaded so we can go back and watch it and see how it went. But yeah, it was good. Thanks everyone for chatting and having a laugh. Teams were good. I think it flowed pretty well, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Put it that way. So until Warzone, peace.